told to wait. So Mainland won and deferred.
That turned us clear off.
We're off completely. There it is. SEABREEZE won and deferred. Okay. Good evening and welcome to another high school football game. Friday night, Municipal Stadium at Larry Kelly Field in Daytona Beach. I'm Billy Gahagan, and as always, I'm joined by Steve Allen and Rocky Yoakum. Coaches, tonight's a game between two teams who know each other very well. The SeaBreeze Sandcrabs and the Mainland Buccaneers have played each other for many years, and this rivalry is considered one of the best, if not the best, in the Sunshine State. A couple numbers for you guys to think about. In 1922, SeaBreeze and Mainland played each other in what some people considered a scrimmage, with Mainland winning 32-0. In 1923, the game was canceled. In 24, SeaBreeze lost to Daytona 12-7. From 1925 to 41, SeaBreeze and Mainland combined to create Daytona football. From 1942 to 1965, SeaBreeze and Mainland did not play each other, and in 1966, the rivalry started back, and it's been Mainland's to brag about. The Buccaneers have won 32 of the meetings, while SeaBreeze has claimed 16 of the wins only. Coach Yoakum, the Spike Walshinger Trophy, named after Mainland's coach who led the team to a perfect 10-0 season in 1949, is up for grabs tonight. In your 13 seasons as a head coach of the Sandcrabs, you were 8-5 against Mainland. What's it going to take for SeaBreeze tonight to win this game?
Well, I'd like for them to have a bunch of those players I had. I think that'd help a bunch for them to win it that way. But they're going to have to take very good care of the football, make very few mistakes, and hope that Mainland does some things that they're not used to doing, like turning the ball over on a regular basis. But it's going to take some big plays from the Sandcrabs to win this football game tonight.
Coach Allen, your thoughts?
You know, they're in a situation where they've not had the season that they're accustomed to, and it can all be made well by winning a football game here tonight in a big rivalry. They can atone for a lot of the heartache that they've felt this year and all the struggle they've been through, and I know there's a bunch of kids over there in white that are real fired up tonight.
Coach Allen, these Mainland players have one thing on their minds, and it goes well beyond this game, but they certainly are not looking past the SeaBreeze Sandcrabs.
Absolutely, Bill. We're talking about two teams that have different seasonal aspirations. You know, SeaBreeze is glad to be in the playoffs. Mainland is expecting to be in the playoffs, and not only that, but to go deep, and really their aspiration is to win it all. They've been close 3 of the last 4 years, and I think they want to get over that hump, and I think they feel like they've got a group that can do it, and I'm not sure I disagree.
Coach Yoakum, you've seen Mainland a few times with us. What do you think?
I think Mainland is a team that reloads instead of rebuilds. Every year they lose a bunch of good seniors, and you look down and they've got a bunch of good sophomores to replace them, and this year is absolutely no different. The Bucks, as Coach Allen said, their sights are not on making the playoffs. They want to play in that final game and have a chance to win the state championship. So Mainland will be sky high tonight. They'll be without one of their good defensive backs. Miko Dotson, I don't believe, is dressed tonight, and so we'll see how it all pans out. I'd like to say you can throw out the record books on this one, but we'll see how that goes.
Well, guys, 2 other points to ponder about tonight's matchup. This Mainland senior class has not lost to SeaBreeze, and they've outscored the Sandcrabs 84-18. The last SeaBreeze win was in 2010 when the Sandcrabs finished 7-3. They did not make the playoffs that year. Both teams have taken the field. Kicking off for SeaBreeze. Coincidentally, the Sandcrabs won the toss. They've elected to defer. Sammy Hayworth will kick off for the Sandcrabs to start this game off.
Looks to be a directional kick that's going to be used here, staying away from the speed of Mainland.
Nice high pooch by Hayworth. It's fielded at 25. On the return is number 19. That's A.J. Westbrook. So Denzel Houston and the Buccaneers will set up shop 1st and 10 from their 30-yard line.
It's great kick coverage there by the Sandcrabs, and you know, Sam Hayworth's been just phenomenal for these guys all year long. We've said many times he may be their MVP, and did a good job there.
This game last year saw Mainland winning 17-0, played on November 1st here at the stadium. we'll talk about that game as we go on.
SeaBreeze is playing a little spy action here, Coach. Looks like they've got perhaps number 18 spying on, looks like a quarters coverage, but it looks like he's sitting down here in the box, and he's setting for that zone read.
Adrian Killens on the carry for the Bucks.
Well, we'll see a lot of that zone read here this evening. It's a staple of the Buck offense.
I think it's critical for Mainland just to do what they've done, and not to try to reinvent anything. They are the heavy favorite, and just to use their talent and just do what they've done all year. Take what they're giving them right here. It's soft coverage, pitch it out here, pitch and catch, and we're going to go running.
Wilford Taylor on the reception for the Bucks. It's going to be third down and short. Ball resting on the 37-yard line. Mainland in a hurry-up style offense. Houston, quick toss.
We've got a flag out here. This is a Brevard crew. That's Scooter in his gang. Quite a character, Scooter is. Did you see him come in before the game, Coach? You have to see the attire that the referees were in.
I did not.
They look like some 1925 gangsters coming in. They look quite sharp.
Suits and
That was that's Scooter and his crew. They are quite flamboyant. They do that for every big game that when they come to Daytona and do one big game a year. They do that every year.
Flag was against the Buccaneers. It'll push them back. Replay it down. It'll be third down. We'll call it 7 from the 33. Houston rolls to his right.
You overthrew that.
The intended receiver was Will Collins.
Great start for the Sandcraft defense right there. 3 and out, and they have a chance here to get the ball in decent field position.
Uncharacteristic throw for Houston right there. He's been pretty much spot on in the ball games that we've seen him. He's got a man running open on the out past the chains there. He's just got to put it on.
Ja'Kai Polite will do the punting for the Buccaneers. SeaBreeze will keep 9 men up, 2 back. Polite gets his foot into the ball. It'll be complete. Brown, mishandled by Ratavius Sanders. Mistake tonight from the Sandcraft. And it'll give the Buccaneers the ball back again. This time in SeaBreeze territory at the 49-yard line.
Exactly what Coach Yoakum alluded to at the outset, that just what SeaBreeze cannot do. They can't turn the football over and think they're going to have a chance with such a prolific offense and so much talent on the field here in blue. So all the greatness that was the start defensively, now you put them back on the field and momentum shifts to the Mainland side.
Houston with time, going deep. Wilford Taylor's the intended receiver. He locks up with Bubba Balish.
It's great defense. Great defense. Reaching right on that. He just cut him off. He didn't let him get to the fade. He's on top. The deep ball on the quick change is almost cliche anymore. Coach, I think so many people have done it, and we talked about it. Everybody's talked about it before us, and I think people think that they're just supposed to do it.
Killens on the carry. Can't escape the grasp of Chase Hamilton, one of the defensive leaders for the Sandcraft. Killens out of bounds. It'll be third down for the Buccaneers.
Just with the size advantage, Coach, I would just have to see if they could stand up to just brute force early on if I were the Mainland Buccaneers and just go right at them.
I don't disagree with that at all, Coach.
Houston, plenty of time.
They're just keeping him in front. They're really not rushing him. And I tell you what.
Overthrows the intended receiver again. Taylor.
I've seen Coach Sonye use this technique before when I was at DeLand, and we had a very good quarterback who was quite athletic, and they just, rather than rush him, they just kind of contained him and stayed in front of him and played coverage.
We did that against old T.T. Tolliver back in the day when he was the quarterback at Mainland.
We've had a lot of things that have reminded us of T.T. Tolliver this year watching these Mainland Bucks.
Houston under pressure. Rolls to his right, stops, runs into his own player. Big defensive stop for SeaBreeze. They will take over on downs at the 43-yard line.
I haven't seen the SeaBreeze sideline this animated all year for sure.
Two great stops right now defensively with SeaBreeze. You see what the SeaBreeze offense has got cooked up here. We'll first look at them tonight.
Very few of these games, guys, in the past have been high scoring. They've been some pretty close ones. Last year, 17-0 Mainland won. SeaBreeze had 227 yards total rushing.
They have to change this coverage, Coach. They had a zero look. Okay, now they're going to get it to zone.
SeaBreeze.
Ryan Fulcher just flinched. They're up there sugaring those linebackers, and you know they're anticipating the speed of Mainland coming. Just got to kind of hold your water in there. Keep your composure. It's always going to be a lot of jitters, Coach, when you get to games like this early on, no matter how experienced or not experienced or what the records are. You just got some nerves, and everybody's got to kind of play through those, and take some hits, and get on the ground and get kind of in the feel of the game. We've got everybody standing up for the Buccaneer defense. Looks like a punt.
First and 15 for the Sandcraft.
Hit him right in the helmet, didn't
What a nice throw.
Wasn't it, Coach? Wasn't it?
Late flag coming in from the official in the secondary, and he threw that all the way across to where the SeaBreeze receiver was.
Coach, that puts new meaning to putting it on him, doesn't it? He put it right on him.
I'm trying to decide if this is an offensive pass interference call.
Or a sideline.
Now, Mainland seems to be backing up, so we'll get the report.
Defensive pass interference was the call. Enough yards to give SeaBreeze a first down. They've now crossed the 50-yard line, where they will have the ball first and 10 from the Mainland 47.
Bill, we remarked last week how much more comfortable Coach Beach was having his quarterback back and being able to call plays in his offense that he's comfortable with, and I think they've determined that that's what they're going to be using. They're going to run their spread stuff, and I think they're going to be throwing it around.
And the boys have rallied around that as well. They've looked at the different team the last 3 weeks.
Absolutely. It's hard to regain confidence or rebuild confidence in a team that's kind of down or had some bad things happen to them. And I think that says a lot about the SeaBreeze staff.
No gain on the play. That was Javier Sylvester on the carry. It'll bring up second down and 10.
Got a crease.
Sylvester again on the carry. He's going to follow some of his big nasties. Enough yards to pick up the first down.
We're back there.
Okay. Sylvester picks up enough yards for the first down. It's now first and 10 SeaBreeze from the Mainland 34-yard line. Wilson's pass is complete. That's Marcus Bullard on the reception.
Quarterback is off to a great start for Sandcrabs. He's throwing the ball extremely well, and he's getting some protection. Coach Beach is calling some plays to get the ball out of his hand, and it's a great drive here for the Sandcrabs.
Yeah, I think that's a good observation in coaching-wise, and he's giving him a chance to get started well. I don't know they can make a living running the football, but they're going to have to continue to try to run the football to keep them honest.
Sylvester again on the carry, flag on the play thrown, typically where you see holding.
Coach, I think you got to really make sure you find your numbers and get your numbers right if you're going to run option against a fast football team.
Right. I know Coach Beach didn't want to do that last week with his quarterback just coming back, but evidently he's gotten a few reps. We've got a personal foul to the hands to the face against the Bucks.
Wow.
Bucks are doing the things that I said in the beginning they're going to have to do to give SeaBreeze some life and some momentum here.
Well, they have both, Coach. They have both right now, along with the football, deep in Buccaneer territory.
First and 10 Sandcrabs from the Mainland 15-yard line.
I think Coach is putting that little triangle. I think he's triangling them out there to make them declare coverage. Didn't make it visible for his quarterback. That would be my best guess. It looks like they've declared it's going to be a cover one, man under one deep. They're probably going to bring both. Yep, it looks like they're going to bring both backers. Here they come.
Wilson
got
has
him on
a
the corner.
receiver open. That's going to be passed.
Right, that is passing.
Absolutely. And didn't need to do that because he was getting help. The corner was falling off and it was going to help him there.
That's going to put the ball on about the 7.5-yard line.
Have the Buccaneers been behind Coach Gahagan this season?
Didn't somebody pick up a touchdown, a fumble, and run for a touchdown and taunt them early, and then they scored 50 points?
Lake Wales.
I think that's the only time
that was the only time that anybody did anything.
And you know, on that note, coaches, the American Heritage, Oviedo, and Lake Wales, all district champions, all beaten by the Bucks.
That's pretty impressive.
Absolutely.
Right there.
Well, five other teams can say the same thing. They've all been beaten by the Bucks. Having a little bit of mechanical, technical difficulties, if you will, with the scoreboard. Clock reads 6:30 something. We're still in the first quarter. SeaBreeze on their second possession. Running backs matched up with number 13 here. I think they're going to like that matchup. They bring 13 anyway. Wilson's pass complete over the middle. That's Scott Summers on the reception. He's going to take the ball down to the Mainland 5-yard line. It'll be second and goal, Sandcrabs. I think that the Sylvester 4 for SeaBreeze matched up with Hamilton 13 for Mainland. In that set, if they're going to play that coverage, I think that's something that Coach Beach is going to figure out if there's not somebody that's already told him that after seeing that last configuration there. I just don't think that Hamilton can run with him. And if that was not an automatic, then it could be a blown coverage. In other words, maybe if he's staying, that guy gets to come. Right. If he leaves, he's got to go with him. But he definitely came that time as the back stayed. You get that jet sweep motion with that play action, could cause some problems. Wilson looks to be changing things at the line for the Sandcrabs. Now they've got him matched up with 7, Kyle Oliver. Here come the Bucks. Wilson, wide open receiver at the top of the screen. And again,
They were trying to get the inside backers switched to match up. They didn't. He stayed and the backer came, and I think Coach Rowland, I think that's part of Coach Rowland's game plan here in this setup.
I'd like to see Coach Beach, part of his game plan, to run this and make a first down right here. 3rd and 1.
Correct.
They need to get more than 3 here.
I agree.
There just seems to be a lot of confusion on both sides. It doesn't seem like Mainland is comfortable playing their defense. SEABREEZE is audibling at the line. Here come the Buccaneers again. Wilson looks to his left, has a receiver. He's hit late. His pass barely makes it across the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 4th down and very short. Clock continues to go, which doesn't make any sense because there was an incomplete pass. But guys, I gotta be honest with you. Not having a clock, a working clock here at the stadium is going to be interesting. I think both teams have something to complain about there.
I'm a little more interested in the protection. If they're going to bring both those inside linebackers, that means there's somebody else that's going to have to be responsible for that back. And I don't know if they're just rolling the dice or they've seen something in their film study that's allowing them to do that.
Hayworth on to attempt a 24-yard field goal. Snap is good, kick is up, and the kick is good. SEABREEZE draws first blood. It's 3-0 here in the first quarter. SEABREEZE leading Mainland. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Municipal Stadium and Larry Kelly Field. SEABREEZE, Mainland. The rivalry continues. The Sandcrabs now lead the Buccaneers 3-0. Guys, that's the first point scored against the Mainland defense all year?
I believe that you are correct, Coach. Another great kick.
Hayworth with another boot.
Oh, he should have let it go out of bounds, but he did not.
He did not. Someone's got to talk to him right there. You just got to have some field awareness. Again, both teams just seem still a little tight. They just seem a little tight.
That was A.J. Westbrook on the mistake, if you will. And a guy like A.J. Westbrook, you wouldn't expect him to make a mistake like that, especially since Mr. Westbrook has committed to Florida State. So.
And we know those guys don't make mistakes, Florida State.
First and 10 for the Buccaneers from the 23-yard line. Houston has absolutely nowhere to go.
Do not say that, Bill.
Flags on the play. Great defensive play by Chase Hamilton. Chase was the near side linebacker who blew up the blocking back for Mainland and forced Denzel to return to the other side of the field. Nothing going, but there is a flag on the play.
Took a good job by the entire SEABREEZE defense. But yes, initially I thought we were going to get a block in the back, and when he stopped, I think it kept that from taking place.
Half the distance, gonna put it back at about the 7 or 8 yard line. Maybe the 6.
It'll be the 8. So it'll be first down and very, very long for the Buccaneers.
5-man box. They just crept the hedge, the overhang here to make it 6, if you would.
Houston fakes to Killins. Looks to throw. Now will tuck it and go. And knocked out of bounds by Rashad Floyd. Very little gain on the play. In fact, 2 whole yards. It'll bring up second down.
The Mainland offense is not looking as we have seen it to this point. And maybe that's due to the SeaBreeze defense. I'm sure you got to give them credit. We anticipated that their staff would come up with a good plan, and now it's going to be on their kids to execute that. They're doing a good job right now.
Houston under pressure. Has nowhere to throw the ball. Finally stops, and he's intercepted. Oh, and dropped.
No, it's incomplete, I would have to say.
Goodness, that somebody took a blow there chasing the ball. They're going to call that a fumble, man.
Well, then let's hope the white team's got it. Number 11 laid somebody's hat down out
Coach,
there.
he certainly did.
That's R.J. Strokes, Coach.
I think it was Wilfred Taylor was on the business end of that hit.
My goodness.
I can't believe they even called that
I
an
can't either, and we cannot get on A1 officials tonight. I believe this crew would be an East Coast officiating crew.
Well, through all of that, through the interception, as the defensive back, that's Jaquez Goins, starts doing push-ups. He was the one who fumbled it. Mainland picked up. That was their best offensive play of the night.
So far, Coach, so far. The contained guys are doing a great job right there. Ricky Altman, is that Ricky here on this edge, did a great job of just pulling him up, and he's not liking that. It's making him uncomfortable.
It'll be third down. Oh, it's first down.
Yep.
First down.
First and 10.
SeaBreeze needs to do everything they can to try to maintain momentum. They don't need the momentum to shift over the other way. They're too much of a disadvantage speed-wise.
Killins will pick up about 5 on the play. And on the stop. And on the stop is Cole Dunnigan.
These officials are sending everybody out of the game that doesn't act right. He's going to send number 12 out for a play.
One of the things about Scooter is he's a character. He really is. He's a personality out there, but he is also a very, very devoutly religious man, and he is not going to stand for a lot of that extracurricular on the field. I've been involved with him in many games.
Second and 5, Houston hands
Good
the ball
tackling
off.
going on by the Sea-Crabs. I haven't seen this out of them all year, and I'm not surprised. I will never forget my first SeaBreeze Mainland game. I had no idea how important it is. Oh, we got a flag and another flag.
That's going to be called against Adrian Killins.
Wow.
And Mr. Killins will be asked to exit the field. And I'm here to tell you, your boy Scooter threw his flag all the way back to the 20. His flag went all the way there.
Again, I mentioned that Scooter is quite the personality and quite animated on the field.
Well, that will rule out the argument of there was officiating that was playing favorites in this game.
Correct.
There's no dog in the fight for these guys.
No dog in the fight. They're a Brevard crew, and they're just here to do their job.
So with the personal foul, Mainland will have third down from their 25-yard line.
I believe that's the 4th quite costly penalty that the Bucs have already had against them. and they're going to have to clean that up. One of the things, Coach, when you're used to things going real well for you, sometimes you don't know how you're going to handle adversity.
You know, Coach, well, after this play.
Houston looking to do something.
Well, that's grounding. That's got to be intentional grounding.
6 is over here, and he threw it really over his head. They're going to probably give him the benefit of the doubt on that.
Ricky Altman, defensive end, junior for the Sandcrabs, applied the pressure. It looked as if he might have taken a bad angle.
It did.
But he got his paws on Denzel, and Denzel was going absolutely nowhere.
He did such a good job. I was hoping they weren't going to call him up around the mask with his hand there, because he did do a good job.
So just over 3 minutes remaining here in the first quarter.
SeaBreeze just has 10 players out there. Here comes 11, yeah.
There you go.
Ja'Kai Polite in once again to punt it away for the Buccaneers.
Took a long time on the last one, guys. A little better there.
Ball's going to hit at about the 47, and cleanly fielded this time by the Sandcrabs. SeaBreeze coming in for their next possession. Looks like they will have it at their own 47-yard line. Guys, let's just stay right here. There's just under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. I was saying that last year, SeaBreeze had 227 total rushing yards. Josh Stevens last year had 211 of them. That's the second highest rushing total in the history of this game.
And with every one of these series, with every one of these minutes, and the longer the game goes on and the more success that SeaBreeze has, or the lack of success and the success they're keeping Mainland from having, the momentum just continues to build. And that's a fired-up football team. And Coach said it from the outset. It's the most fired up we've seen them. And, you know, they're playing spirited, and that's what you do in one of these rivalry games. This is a big ball game for both these teams.
Jeremiah Wilson out once again. 1st and 10 for the Sandcrabs. Here come the Buccaneers. Sylvester on the carry. He's going to lose 2 yards, maybe 3. It'll bring up 2nd down and long for the Sandcrabs. Wilson, empty backfield set, looks to his left, under pressure, throws off his back foot, and he's intercepted. Pass is intercepted by number 20. That's Brian Gregory. And the Buccaneers will have the ball 1st and 10 from the 35.
One of those deals where the quarterback feels he knows it's coming, and he probably got it out just a smidge before he wanted to, trying to avoid that full frontal assault. And
that's the 3rd turnover for SeaBreeze this quarter.
Coach Yoakum, they went empty backfield. Based on the pressure that they're getting, at some point, don't you think they're going to have to keep that guy in the backfield and help out and give some max protect?
Well, they did early, and when they kept the back end, they blitzed both inside linebackers, and I think, like Coach Allen said, they may have an answer for that, but no, I don't think they can go empty all night. I think they're going to have to mix it.
Houston. Pass is completed to the far side. It'll be a gain of 6 on the play.
And just take what they're giving you and just be patient. You know, just be patient. You get that out of your hand, the rush doesn't affect you there. You're not trying to get outside to contain with your quarterback. And, you know, we saw him against American Heritage throw a 10-yard curl that turned into a 58-yard touchdown. You can score throwing it short and letting them run a long way with it. You don't have to throw it a long way. There he is right in the middle of the field. There's nobody there.
2 guys standing next to each other. Pass was completed
to Tyree Bostic.
He was next to Will Collins, so Denzel had his pick of 2 guys there.
I coached Tyree's dad. His dad is Tab, Tommy Bostic at Atlantic. Got to talk to him a little bit on the field before the game.
First and 10, Buccaneers from the SeaBreeze 38-yard line. Buccaneers trips receivers to their sideline. Killens on the carry, has a few blockers. He's finally tripped up. RJ Strokes.
Super tackle in the open field, but I tell you what, Coach, he doesn't make that tackle. He may score right there.
Yep.
Seems like the faster your team is, the bigger the creases are. How does that work?
Killens picks up 6 on the play. Houston can fire near side, has a receiver that's caught by Wilford Taylor, and immediately swallowed up by the secondary of the Sandcrabs.
Rashad Floyd over here making a play, huh?
Yep, they're running all over the place. They're really covering the ball, running well, keeping good contained. I think the first quarter you got to give a star to the SeaBreeze defense at this point. That is the first quarter.
Their players and their staff, because yes, sir, they are executing and they are getting it done.
Well, maybe not.
First quarter comes to an end here at Municipal Stadium, Larry Kelly Field. SeaBreeze with a 3-0 lead over the Mainland Buccaneers.
And that's with 3 turnovers in the first quarter.
Coach Allen, are you surprised?
You got a rivalry game. You should never be surprised. I didn't expect anything less from SeaBreeze. Like I said, their staff or their kids. It's a rivalry. Everybody's excited to play, and they obviously have a good plan. But you have to line up somewhere. And once the other bunch finds out how you're going to line up, then it's a matter of what they're going to do to that. And you can see that there's some things that are going to be left open. There's going to be some holes out there if some Mainland kids can get down the field and settle it and the quarterback extends the play. They found one that's kept this drive alive. So, it's a double-edged sword.
Coach Holcomb, it's easy for everybody to guess who's not down there on the field. We've all been there, but now we get to guess. Is it safe to assume that maybe Mainland came in and is looking past SeaBreeze?
I'm sure Mainland was very confident coming into the ball game. I don't think they look past each other, but I just think there's too much going on during the week for that to happen. But I think that Mainland's going to have to wake up.
First play of the second quarter for the Buccaneers. That's Killens on the carry, and he doesn't break stride. Finally brought down at about the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Mainland Buccaneers.
No reason to run D-gap when you can run A-gap. I mean, it's just so true. Let's just take it, go straight ahead and see what happens. If they can't stop that, then they're, because these edge guys, these 5 technique guys, they've got to make a one-step decision, and they've got to decipher run and pass right now, and they're going to have to fall back in and help on some of that stuff to completely stop this running game, and it's going to slow down the pass rush. Man,
he's just got great balance. Whoa, what a nice tackle. Is that 11 again?
No, that's number 2. That's rush.
That's number 6.
That's Ratavius Sanders.
Ratavius Sanders.
Yes, sir. We've mentioned his name already a few times tonight. And you know what? Along with a lot of people, that just, I think, speaks to the intensity that the SeaBreeze kids are playing with. And it's going to take all of them to stop that young man.
Yeah, and they're trying to double move up over on the far side of the field there, a little stop and go, and it was well played again by Strokes.
RJ.
Now they're back to that small box look with 3 down.
2nd and 14. Houston looking deep, decides not to throw. He's directing traffic. Finally has a receiver underneath. Once again, that's Tyree Bostic.
And there are those holes, Billy, that we're talking about. The longer that thing plays out, sure, you're containing it, but there are just going to be some soft areas in the middle there that you can't really cover up altogether.
But every week we talk about this, Coach Holcomb. Every time we see this kid and you find out, oh, wow, he's a sophomore, then you go, wow, he doesn't play like a sophomore.
No, he doesn't. And again, here's his poise.
Houston will keep the ball, get brought down by Cole Dunnigan.
But I think if SeaBreeze can force Mainland to beat them throwing the football, they've got a long way, because no matter what, he's a sophomore, and he's playing in his first major role in this football game, and Maybe he'll throw it to a guy in white here in a minute.
I think that the Mainland would behoove themselves to get some crossing routes going here, some shallows, and then make some things happen.
Under pressure, rolls to his right, avoids one guy, and he's going to go in and score a touchdown. Denzel Houston to the Buccaneers. Great block on the outside, near side by Randy Baker.
First time contain's been broken tonight, and they score a touchdown.
If you look, I think maybe that SEABREEZE brought some pressure from the far side, on the defensive right side on that play. So they may have had to change their coverage or do some different things because of that.
Peter Baudette will come in to attempt the point after. Mainland will be in their muddle huddle. We're going to take a look at that play just after this point after. The Bucks bring it together. Baudette.
Coach Oakham, one of my problems with man coverage is you can block them without touching them.
Yep, just run, take it to the house.
Baudette's kick is up and it's good. Mainland now leads 7-3. Take another look at the touchdown
stand-up
run.
guy. He's coming.
They had
linebackers inside, and he got beat.
It was a D-line game.
Look at Randy Baker. Randy Baker did a great job of shielding off Taiwan Jones for the Sand Crabs. He was the only guy that had a chance to stop Denzel Houston. 7-3 is now your score. The Buccaneers leading the Sand Crabs. Second quarter, Billy Gahagan, Steve Allen, Rocky Yoakum. You're watching what some might call the 49th or 50th meeting, for that matter, between these two schools. 9:30 to go in the first half, and Mainland leads by a score of 7-3. You made a comment earlier, Coach Oakham, we were talking about Denzel, about him being in his first major role. He's 8 games in. Is he too young, or is there enough people around him who have been here with the history of this game to know that is this his biggest game, or was his biggest game American Heritage?
Well, I think his biggest game so far has been American Heritage, but we still have a half, 3/4 of a game to play, and you know he'll grow up a lot more tonight as this game goes on. Let it go out of bounds.
He went out of bounds. He stepped out.
He did not step out.
I think that he did step out, but
Scott Summers on the return. This is the battle of the pooch kicks tonight.
Charles Nelson graduated, didn't he?
Charles Nelson is gone.
Well, I don't know why they're afraid to kick it deep now.
Well, basically, in making that kick right there, they kick it to the most dangerous guy, arguably. I mean, Summers has been a guy that, along with Javier Sylvester, they're the predominant ball toters for the Crabs.
First and 10, SEABREEZE from their 35-yard line. They trail the Buccaneers by a score of 7-3.
I don't know how you don't throw it to the number 2 receiver right here. I'd lose my job throwing it to him.
I understand it, Coach. I'm with you 100%. Could have gotten that maybe throwing it to him.
Sylvester on the carry. He will pick up no yards.
And that safety, Westbrook's ready to come downhill just as immediately. A little sluggo ramp with a hitch up at the top, and there'd be nobody on that half the field.
He poisoned.
Wilson will be in the backfield again by himself.
Looks to me like a little sounder coverage.
Three-man rush for the Bucks. In and out of the hands. That's Rashad Floyd.
Rashad Floyd was looking at Kyle Oliver. What a story the Oliver kid is, coming over for FPC. I was talking to JB, the co-defensive coordinator for Mainland, before the game, and he said what a pleasant surprise that he has been. He also talked about 13, Adam Hamilton, and how Adam has asked him if there was one player who had exceeded any expectation they might have had for him before the season, and he brought up Hamilton. He also mentioned Terrion Tillman, number 33.
Third down and 10 for the Sand Crabs. 8:40 something to go in the first half. Wilson's pass is nearly intercepted. Almost coming up with that was Kyle Oliver.
Right on cue.
It'll bring up
Quarterback
a
and the
fourth down for the Sand Crabs.
excuse me, Coach. Quite a conversation between the quarterback number 5 and number 1 after that play was over. So they weren't on the same page, to be sure.
Sammy Hayworth in to punt it away for the Sand Crabs. Fourth down for the Sand Crabs at their 35-yard line. Back deep to receive for the Buccaneers. A.J. Westbrook is one of them.
Do you dare fake it here? Of course not. Great
Sammy
kick.
Hayworth. High spiraling punt. It's going to take the...
There we go. Turnabout's fair play, but I don't know.
White.
Wilfred Taylor
There's no referee in there.
has the backpedal for that.
And that's fine if he's not going to make the call. If he's going to make the call initially and not get in the scrum. If he's not going to make it, he might want to get in there and determine who actually has it.
What a big break for the Sand Crabs here.
SeaBreeze will have the ball 1st and 10 from the Mainland 23-yard line.
And I agree with you, Coach Allen. Even though they're not having a great deal of success, they got to keep running that ball.
Yes, sir.
Number 40 end up with it. Is that Will Roth?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
This is one of those plays where you go up top right away, right? One of those turnovers.
That's what they say. I run number 4. I think. What are we going to have here?
Coach Beach is going to call timeout. He doesn't look happy. As he calls timeout, we will take one as well. 7-3, Mainland leading SeaBreeze. 8:30 to go in the first half. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Municipal Stadium. Larry Kelly Field, Billy Gahagan, Steve Allen, and Rocky Yoakum. Mainland leads SeaBreeze by a score of 7-3 with 8:30 to go in the second quarter. Sylvester motions out of the backfield. Wilson fires.
Great throw.
Pass completed. I didn't get the number, but nonetheless, it was a completed pass. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5.
Possibly 88, Anthony Blake.
For the Sand Crabs.
It's hard to read those numbers. Here, Sand Crabs with another opportunity in the red zone.
Here come the Buccaneers. Oliver off the edge. That's going nowhere. Loss of 3 on the plate. Going to bring up 3rd down and 7 for SeaBreeze.
You just got to try to stay ahead of the chains against a great defense and against a great bunch of athletes. And we've talked about it every week we've been in here. You know, you get these 3rd and longs and their defensive downs, but we've yet to see a screen pass. And that's one of the staples of the Mark Beach offense.
Again, we're going to empty the backfield. Whistles blow. And
Timeout, Mainland.
Calls timeout. Gorgeous night.
It is a beautiful night. Feels like football outside for the first time all year.
The SeaBreeze band starting to exit the stands as they'll get ready for their halftime performance. It was senior night here for the Buccaneers. That's why we got started a little late. I asked you both if you were shocked or surprised, and you guys played the PC role. I got to be honest with you, I'm shocked.
I'm pleasantly surprised.
I'm not saying that I'll give you those words exactly, but I'm shocked that it's only 7-3, number one, and that SEABREEZE is on, knocking on the door of a potential score here.
Well, when you got a bunch like that has so much talent and so much explosive potential, not just their offense but their defensive guys, that can change real fast, and that's why I think we've been talking about SEABREEZE maintaining at least an even flow of the momentum, because once it gets on you with a bunch like this, man, when they get on you, they can really get on you.
Nobody has number 2 deep. I guess they're going to play inside technique with somebody.
Sylvester's going to motion out of the backfield under pressure. Kyle Oliver saying no thank you. Which leads me back to my question, how many times are we going to empty the backfield and not have that extra guy to at least check?
Well, Coach Rowland is just, most of the defensive coordinator, when you get empty, they've got a basic empty check that they're going to try to have a blitz that's going to outnumber you. Now, whether they're going to do that all the time or not, so if you bring one more than they've got to block, or if someone just can't hold up in protection in a one-on-one matchup, that's what you're going to have.
We're going to attempt a very long field goal.
I think Sammy the Slammer's got it. I tell you what, he's been impressive in every instance that we've seen him. He's not going to surprise me to knock this through.
Hayworth will be in attempting a 45-yard field goal. 45-yard official field goal for Sam Hayworth.
I'm betting with Sammy. Thank you very much.
Plenty of leg. And he's good. 45 yards out. Sam Hayworth, who many consider the MVP of this team, just brought SEABREEZE to within 1 point. 7-6. The Buccaneers lead the Sand Crabs in the second quarter.
Sammy's the MVC. He's the most valuable crab, for sure. I tell you, he has been.
You probably could have kept that to yourself.
But I did not keep it to myself. I gave it to you and the world, just because sharing is caring, Bill. Sharing is caring.
And you're just going to sit there and accept it?
I'm just going to listen.
Okay. Let us figure it out. Second quarter, 6 minutes and some seconds are remaining, because I'm just going to sit here and complain about the clock at this gorgeous stadium not being adequately equipped, prepared for this game.
They need to get that fixed. They have a big ball game here tomorrow night, it looks like, or tomorrow afternoon.
You bet.
And then the NCAA or the NAIA National Championship game's coming to Daytona Beach to Municipal Stadium.
Hayworth set to kick off from his 40.
He's
probably going to be a pooch, or maybe it's a surprise onside.
His alignment is totally different.
He's okay.
And we're going to pooch. Fielded at the 22.
Oh, he thought
here come the Buccaneers. And he'll be brought down. The return man will be brought down at the 23-yard line. First and 10, Mainland.
Coach, you made the point earlier how well SEABREEZE is tackling. It was absolutely right. They are tackling very well.
Water break.
Officials timeout for water. Guys, let's stay right here. Let's look at some of the other games in the area. There are some other exciting games going on. Coach Allen, Lake Brantley at 2-6. Is traveling to DeLand 6-3. Playoff hopes for the Bulldogs are on the line tonight. Bottom line, DeLand has to win.
DeLand has to win, and we've got another game there, University of Lake Mary, that has some implications in that. But I think the part of that combination that doesn't sound right is Lake Brantley 2-6.
No doubt.
And I think there's some issues going on over there, and you get a team like that has a great tradition, and they have a chance to maybe ruin somebody else's season and stand up, and they've had some success, and I've been in a couple of those Lake Brantley DeLand battles. Anything can happen there. But Coach Thompson's got those guys going. He's done a great job of rallying them back from an ON start, and they've, I think, won 5 in a row, and they're doing a great job. Great win last week at Madison County. DeLand's got it going on. I like DeLand there.
Undoubtedly the hottest team in the area, the DeLand Bulldogs. Houston's pass near side is complete. Once again, all of a sudden, Tyree Bostic is his receiver of choice. Coach Yoakum, 8-1 University, travels to 8-0 Lake Mary. This has This has great game written all over it. Again, University has to win this game to stay in the playoff run.
That's right. University has lost their great freshman player with a broken collarbone, but they still amassed an 8-1 record at Lake Mary. I'm going to take Lake Mary, the Rams there. I just think they're going to be too much for University.
On that last play, Houston's pass to Bostic was ruled incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Buccaneers.
Looked like an unforced error there, Coach Oakham. The receiver just drifted away from the ball. All he had to do was kind of stay there. I think the throw was adequate.
Houston with time. Houston will pick up about 6 on the play. It'll be 3rd down for the Buccaneers. Coach Allen, 1-6 Pine Ridge at 2-6 Deltona. A Deltona win gives them 3rd place in District 9, and that would be a huge accomplishment for these guys.
Well, it's one of the big battles in Deltona, and we've seen Deltona, and I think Coach has got them going over there, and they're doing a real good job. And I think they've got some great young talent to build on. I hope he can keep it there. I like Deltona in that ball game. We've seen Pine Ridge twice. I don't think they have the guns to stay with Deltona.
Houston brings around Bobby Brown on a sprint. Excuse me, that's Wilfred Taylor. Taylor is going to take the ball across the 50 and down to the 40-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Mainland.
Taylor and Collins have done a really good job in the absence of Hannah in stepping in there, for the past few weeks. And they've got some weapons. There's no question about that. This is an example of that, just getting some momentum going, and SeaBreeze needs to kind of thwart that right away. There's your crossing route.
Bostic again on the reception. He's going to have enough yards for a 1st down. The chains will continue to move for the Buccaneers.
And Coach, the crossing route, it puts him right in front of the quarterback's face. He doesn't have to throw it far. You don't have to protect long, and it puts so much pressure on the defense to tackle after the catch.
And protection's not an issue because SeaBreeze just bringing 3 rushers.
Right.
And there it is. Is it interception? It looks like it could be.
Wow.
Yes, it is.
Can't double catch it.
Yes, it is. Look at that.
Big interception for Cole Dunnigan.
The same question I posed to JB about Mainland, I posed to SeaBreeze about who's exceeded expectation, and Coach Beach said Cole Dunnigan is the guy.
A huge turnover as we look at the play again.
2 unforced errors by Mainland wideouts have cost them here on this drive.
Gage Van Diver was on the coverage. Bostic just coughed it up. 1st and 10, SeaBreeze from their 25-yard line. Here comes Kyle Oliver. Wilson's pass is completed up to the 20. That's Anthony Blake on the reception. What's that, about 7 total turnovers, Coach Oakham?
I would guess at least. I ran out of ink in my pen to keep the track.
Pick up a 5 on the play.
SeaBreeze can capitalize on this.
Here come the Bucks again. Wilson under pressure. Throws the ball wisely out of bounds.
Both offenses are doing a good job of trying to capitalize on what the defense is giving them. They just need to continue to get some kind of consistency in that and maintain it. Coaches talk about all the time, make an offense drive the football. Make them show you they can run 13 plays and not make a mistake. And to this point, both offenses are continuing to make that mistake and turn the football over, and that's how we got a 7-6 ball game.
3rd and 5 for SeaBreeze. 3 minutes and 50-something seconds to go in the 1st half.
But you make a mistake with that ball in the air and they pick it and go the other way with it. Score a touchdown, that's a huge momentum.
Yes, it is.
Booster and killer, however you want to look at it.
Wilson is just throwing darts all over this field, guys. Again, Scott Summers was wide open and he kind of expressed his disappointment by not being looked at.
Well, one of the real disparities in this deal is, if you look at the Mainland quarterback, Denzel Houston's got a 196 quarterback rating. Man, that's absolutely off the charts. And the SeaBreeze quarterbacks combined are 74.5.
Oh, my God.
Here we go.
Bad snap. Let's go. Oh, no, there could have been other things to do than that. Might have kicked it out of the back of the end zone.
Taking it to the lip with it.
Add another turnover to the list. Punts, the snap rather, sails over Hayworth's head. He falls on it at the SeaBreeze 3-yard line. It'll give the Buccaneers short field, something that you don't want to do. First and goal for the Buccaneers, but guys, they still have to push it across the goal line.
They will.
Yes, sir. I don't see that as being really an issue from here. They're going to bring in the big uns here. Look like they're going. I'm not sure I wouldn't have the big uns in all the time and just show me they could stop it. You could almost, by this point in the football game, have a defense worn down doing that a little bit.
Yeah,
Let's finish taking a look at the rest of these games, guys. Coach Oakham, St. Augustine 7-1 at Matanzas 2-5. Are Danny Dillard and Andre Bodison, two of the area's top players, enough for the Pirates to beat St. Augustine?
Well, Fort Matanzas was created after a great massacre, and I'm afraid there's going to be another great massacre at Matanzas, an up-and-coming program, but Joey Wiles has gotten it done at St. Augustine for a long time, and I'm sure he will again.
Longwood Lyman 2-6 travels to Spruce Creek. They're 4-4. Spruce Creek is looking to end a 2-game losing streak, Coach Oakham.
Well, the Greyhounds coming over, not having much of a year. Spruce Creek got a couple games here to finish out the season. I'll take the Hawks.
Coach Allen, Father Lopez 4-4 travels to Trinity Catholic. They're 7-1. Winning without one of your stars makes this game even tougher.
Yeah, the injuries have hurt them there, but not nearly as much as that loss to McClay has hurt their chances, and that's what's put them behind the 8 ball here. You'd like to go into this game knowing you could play them tough and maybe not win the ball game and still come out the runner-up. They don't have that luxury.
First and goal for the Buccaneers from the SeaBreeze 3-yard line. Denzel Houston's pass.
Low.
And it looks like that's Kai Polite. Touchdown Buccaneers. Houston to Polite.
As good as all that spirit and all that energy can be for you and the being fired up, it's also a letdown when it goes the other way against you. You know, it can work both ways.
And Baudette misses the point after. Baudette's point after, no good. So, second quarter with 3 minutes and 30-something seconds to go. Taking a look at the play again, Houston, that was their version of the Tim Tebow. Houston had Polite. Polite was being covered by Bubba Balish, but he's just not tall enough. 3:30-something to go here in the first half. Mainland now leads by a score of 13-6. Finishing out the area games, Coach Allen, 2-7. Halifax is going to 0-8 Lake Highland Prep. Ending the season on a win would be huge for Halifax, a first-year 11-man program.
Yeah, and I think they've got a chance. You know, Lake Highland is a very proud traditional program, and once Coach Borky's out over there now, and there's a new coach, and they've just the direction of the institution has kind of changed the type of athlete that he get. I think they're emphasizing lacrosse. I think Halifax can win.
Baudette set to kick off. He's going to pooch it. Summers is going to field it at his 30. Bounce off one Mainland defender, and the officials are going to say he stepped out of bounds. So the Sandcrabs will have the ball 1st and 10 from their 30.5-yard line. Finishing out the other games in the area, Coach Allen, New Smyrna Beach at 1-7. Travels to 6-2. Tallahassee Godby, the Barracudas are looking for silver lining somewhere. Is it tonight?
I don't know, Coach, but I tell you that Lake Brantley 2-6 is about as hard to hear as seeing looking at 1-7 behind New Smyrna Beach. Again, a place where there's been talent forever and won a lot of football games. And I know Coach Jenkins has got a tall task tonight. I don't see them getting off the schneid against Tallahassee Godby.
Coach Yoakum, Taylor 4-4 at Crescent City 7-2. Both teams are definitely in the playoffs. The winner stays home. The loser travels What do you got?
I got Taylor getting on the bus next week to travel.
You've been their biggest fan for the last 3 weeks.
I have, and I hope that I'm wrong on this one, but I haven't been wrong all year, so I don't know why I'd start tonight.
Okay, and there you have it. Those are the other games in the area. 1st and 10 SeaBreeze from their 30-yard line.
We've got a delay of the ball game.
Cannot help the momentum if you're SeaBreeze.
Oh boy, this you know you're sick. You right in the middle of this ball game, and a bad snap puts you in a hole.
I'm not so much worried about the kids right now, Coach Oakham, as I am worried about you. The wind has just been taken out of your sails with that bad snap. Wilson.
Well, you know how I think the kicking game affects high school football, or all football really, but guys.
No doubt. Wilson's pass intended for Jaquan Lipscomb, a sophomore. Coach Allen, how many of these games have you been to? You haven't coached in any of them, but how many of you?
Oh, I've probably been to 4 or 5 because generally been playing. I know we played on a couple of Thursday nights. I got back from we gave it to him. It's an interception. I'm telling you, unforced errors by wide receivers in this football game. I'm telling you, as a former wide receiver, it's not easy to watch that. You know, we talk about catch it once. You catch it once. You can't catch it once. Everything after that. Wow.
If we get that replay, you're going to see that Lipscomb makes the reception, but runs for the next 2 or 3 yards with the ball on his shoulder pad.
Yeah, he just kind of hands it to him.
And coming up with that interception, if you will, or fumble, however they're going to rule that, is Kyle Oliver. Here's the play again. Wilson's going to throw near side. He's going to throw another dart. And it's just up on, it's an interception.
Well, what a great play by Oliver. He's coming on the blitz. He stops short after the ball's thrown. He retraces his track. He gets back in on the play. He comes to balance and, and makes a play.
Mainland's going to call timeout. We're going to take it with them. 3 minutes and some odd seconds remaining in the first half. Mainland leads SeaBreeze by a score of 13-6. Welcome back to Municipal Stadium. Larry Kelly Field, Billy Gahagan, Steve Allen, and Rocky Yoakum. Mainland leading SeaBreeze by a score of 13-6. Houston has a receiver open. Pass intended for, is that Killens? I can't tell.
I think it is Killens. No, Killens is down at this end. Might be number 8. It's hard to say if he turned and faced this way a little bit more. 3.
Pass was intended for number 8, Wilfred Taylor, and broken up in the middle of the field by the Sand Crabs. It'll be 2nd and 10. Clock stops on the incomplete pass. Houston on a quarterback draw. He's going to go absolutely nowhere. Picked up 0 yards on the play. Going to bring up 3rd down and long for the Buccaneers.
Chase Hamilton right down that play, he just took number 64, Marcus Tatum, and just deposited him on the turf. I think our late arriving crowd on this side at least has arrived.
They have arrived. Corner blitz.
Houston steps up in between 2 defenders, eludes another, and he takes the ball.
It could have been 2-hand touch right there, and he wouldn't be down. I mean, that corner looked like a good angle and never even touched him.
Nope. Houston seems to just be aware of the fact that he can do that to anybody that rushes him, just about.
Right.
Is this a 4th down?
This is a 4th down, Coach.
There it is, 4th down. Time for the Sand Crabs to bow up here.
Regain the momentum.
Take this thing into halftime with a 1 score. My Lord.
Mainland's going to call yet another timeout. That should be their 3rd and final of the first half. Coach Allen, you like to say you can't take them with you, so might as well use them.
That's right.
37 minutes ago, based on my Twitter updates, University was leading by a score of 6-0, following a 57-yard touchdown run by Chris Negron in the first quarter. You guys didn't pick University.
No, sir, but and I didn't pick Louisville last night in the first quarter in that game.
How great are those uniforms, by the way?
Love the gray. I love it. Love it.
Coach Oakman.
I loved it.
You really?
Yeah, I did.
That's not your style.
No, I liked it.
Okay.
I liked it.
You didn't love it. You liked it.
They had some school colors in there. I was watching. Where's the Gray Ghost from?
Who?
Bronco Nagurski.
The Galloping Ghost?
Galloping Ghost. Whoever it is.
Notre Dame?
No. They played the other day.
Bronco Nagurski.
They had no school colors in their uniform. It was all gray.
Coach, black is the new white, red, orange, silver.
And chrome is the new black.
Here we go, 4th down. Houston looking to his right, has a receiver open. That's Wilford Taylor. He's going to bounce off a few defenders and take the ball down to about the 1-yard line of SEABREEZE.
Get up.
That's a great 4th down conversion. Good throw and catch. Great. Coverage is good. It's just a good football play.
11 minutes ago, Lake Mary was leading University 14-13 with just under a minute to go.
You were saying before?
I did pick Lake Mary.
Thank you, Coach.
It's only 1 point, gentlemen. And SEABREEZE should call a timeout. SEABREEZE will take a timeout.
Has there been a meal ticket sighting?
It's tough to tell. There's so many people on the Mainland sideline. One of the best views of this stadium is definitely on the roof. There were a couple games where Coach Kramer and I would go up there before, and there would still be cars coming in the first half. Some of those games, you guys were involved in some of those where there was standing room only.
Oh, that's what I was telling Coach Allen earlier. I'm very disappointed in the turnout of the SEABREEZE Sand Crab fans here tonight. These kids laying it on the line, giving all their effort, and if you're a SEABREEZE alumni, you ought to be out here.
(13-6) your score. Mainland leading SEABREEZE. You're watching the 49th, 50th, maybe the 51st meeting of these two teams. Larry Kelly Field, Municipal Stadium, beautiful Daytona Beach. I'll say it once, I'll say it a million times. The scoreboard is not working properly, and that's really disappointing me. It'll be first and goal.
So the snap and the scoreboard right now they're taking their toll on our broadcast team.
It happens.
It does. Last time,
two of us are just so disgruntled.
Last time the flood route out of this set, I look for him just to take it and just run lead here. Stay up inside your score.
I Nice play defensively that time by Cole Dunnigan. It'll bring up 2nd and goal. A gain of 1 on the play.
Does anybody know how much time remains?
Yes, minute for...
Okay, there you go. Yeah, thank you for that update.
Minute 40-ish. You know, one of the things we failed to mention, and we'll probably talk about a little bit more after this 2nd and goal play. Oh, we're going to hand it off to a big body. That's a name we haven't called all year. That's Kevin Prairie on the carry for the touchdown.
We may not have called it on offense, but we've called it a bunch on defense. He's been a force to be reckoned with for them. And again, it's hard fought, it's close, and everything else that we've talked about in the game. You know, here we look at it, and it's 19-6, and it could be so much different.
2-point conversion to bring it up to 21, or just kick it and just say we missed it, we'll let it go?
I'd say we'll kick it.
All right. Baudette's kick is up, and it's good. With a minute 20-something seconds remaining in the first half, Mainland extends their lead. It is now 20-6. Buccaneers leading the Sandcrabs. Moving back. Welcome back to Municipal Stadium, Larry Kelly Field. Billy Gahagan, Steve Allen, Rocky Yoakum. Mainland leads by a score of 20-6 over the Sandcrabs. Baudette and the pooch it again. Summers is going to catch it.
Ooh.
I don't know if it was worthy of an ooh, but it was a big hit nonetheless. We're going to get a little squabbly on the Mainland sideline. Is that a turnover?
Mainland sure thinks it is. I think we've got a discussion going on.
I'm surprised that after the first one, he was not looked right in his face mask and told, gentlemen, Mr. Summers, that is a fair catch every time from here on out.
There's a flag. That's a late flag. That's the latest flag I've ever seen.
And it's a high flag. Coach Allen, your buddy loves throwing his flag.
I told you, he is very animated. He has flair. And he likes Ric Flair. He and I have had those discussions on the sideline.
Well, now he's having a discussion with head coach Scott Wilson. And he's basically saying, Coach, I'm having none of it. Oh, he's pointing to the assistant coach.
Yep.
So he's flagging. Sideline warning.
Oldest ride, longest line.
Oh, and it's Mainland ball.
Yeah, I thought they had the ball. They're not going to have it there.
SeaBreeze needs to switch it up because their offense is on the field. Unless they're using, SeaBreeze has their offense on the field. If Mark Beach figures it out here in a second, he is going to go absolutely bananas.
I don't think he knows.
Nope, he's going to find out now.
Let's watch for this reaction.
Oh, this is good. Oh,
here we go. Here we are.
Yep.
SeaBreeze doesn't need to worry as much about the referees. They're going to have their hands full worried about Mainland. They just got to. There's no penalty there. How they threw a flag? I saw a flag thrown.
Could have been sideline warning, right?
I guess it could have been. Yeah, I guess that's what it was.
I think the players on the bench converged on the big hit so fast that the referee couldn't get there to sort it out. We got a good view of this discussion. It does not appear to be the same discussion that we were having before the game about the attire of the officials. I don't think that's quite as amicable there.
Well, we know he's not changing his mind. So, it'll be 1st and 10 Mainland from the SeaBreeze 29-yard line. And we will just have to speculate that the flag was a sideline warning because he definitely threw that in the air, but there was no penalty enforced. Houston on the option, fakes the pitch to Killens. He'll go nowhere. Nice play defensively. And on the stop for the Sandcrabs is number 24, Gage Van Diver. Second down and 9. Houston looking, has time, has a receiver. He's going to underthrow his receiver. Nice coverage.
The receiver could never get back to his corner route. The DB had outside position. He just wasn't going to let him get back to that.
So with just about 40 seconds to go in the first half, Mainland has the ball at the SeaBreeze 28-yard line. It's third down. Houston fakes it, tucks it, throws it again.
Wow.
That's Wilford Taylor making a whole lot of something out of a quick slant. He's going to take it down to the 5 of the Sandcrabs.
And once again, I say things happen very fast. And, you know, we were looking at a very tight football game, and we're going to go to the half, and it's not going to be anything similar to that. And it's unfortunate because SeaBreeze has played a really good football game, and their kids have played very tough. You just can't give the ball away.
Houston's going to dump it out to Killens. Gain of about a half yard on the play. It'll bring up second and goal. The clock continues to go. 20-something seconds. We're in the teens now. And Houston will spike the ball. Stacked receivers near side. Houston's going to roll to his right. Has options. Flag on the play. It's probably going to be holding.
Yep,
Houston goes late across the middle of the field.
It's going to negate that touchdown. Yeah, that hold is going to bring that back.
Holding's the call against Mainland. No clue how many seconds are left. That's the best part.
No seconds left.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they ruled. Start the clock.
Number 10, a tip, a normal wide receiver for them.
Ja'Kai Polite.
Oh, okay.
Nope. Well, he's probably going to throw a jump ball to Ja'Kai.
Yep.
And he's going to come down.
He didn't get it to the ground.
In and out of the hands.
Yep, in and out of the hands. hands. He had it, tried to turn with it, and couldn't quite handle it.
That's got to be the end. Mark Beach has told his team, let's go. He's taken his team completely, and that's going to be the end. And everybody claims there's 1 second left. That's awesome because there's no way to tell that there's 1 second left. So the first half will come to an end. Mainland leads SeaBreeze by a score of 20-6. As these guys sort things out and the officials are in control, we'll be back at the half with some thoughts. We'll be right back.